There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Kyle Kulinski slamming Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is wanting to revise history, saying that he was not for Donald Trump when we all know the truth. Kyle Kulinski's getting into it. I'm giving my commentary. Let's watch.
As you all know, he had him on the podcast before the election. He threw a bunch of softballs down the center of the plate, gave him a hot stone massage, ended up endorsing him, ended up going to the inauguration, ended up saying that he thinks he was the reason Trump won. So, in other words, Joe Rogan went full MAGA. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He broke out the pom-poms. He was a cheerleader, and as you all know, leading up to the election, 85% of the political commentary on his show is shitting on the left and liberals and Democrats and wokeness. I mean, it was just like, it was a nonstop idiot parade is what it was. And so now here we are into the second Trump regime. We're, about 6 months in or so, maybe close to 7. And Rogan is now realizing, holy shit, the vibes have shifted hard. And it's true. The vibes have shifted immensely hard. Everything this guy touches, he destroys. He's fucking up when it comes to the economy. Prices are going up. The tariff war is absolutely insane. The dollar is getting weaker. He's rounding up innocent people and sending them to a concentration camp overseas. He's sending people to Guantanamo Bay, sending people to Alligator Auschwitz in the Florida Everglades. He bombed Iran. He bombed Somalia. He bombed Yemen. He invaded Los Angeles with the fucking Marines over 2 days of protests. The guy's unhinged. He's insane. He's a fascist. He's making that perfectly fucking clear. And so what Rogan realizes, because he's more plugged in than he would like, people to believe, is the vibes are just off now. And so people who ride Trump's nuts are looking pretty fucking stupid, and they're being pretty viciously mocked. As you all know, the Fell for It Again award thing is huge online for good reason, because these people did fall for it again. Trump just forced the FBI and the DOJ to come out and say, Epstein, bro? There's nothing even going on there, bro. He didn't blackmail anybody. He didn't have a client list. He definitely killed himself. He definitely wasn't murdered. So, case closed and stuff, bro? Case closed. Everybody shut up and move on.
What I want everyone to remember is that this is 6 months into his presidential term. However bad this was, imagine it's going to happen 7 times over, and it's going to get progressively more undeniably worse. No one, as much as you have Republicans that are now starting to split up in this infighting on the right, you probably have about 4 different types of right now that they're all just fighting each other. That is going to get worse and worse and worse. All these people, because Trump is just saying everything that he knows is going to make people happy, and it's running out. He's not able to do this. He has too many people that he has to just, cater to, and it's really getting old. And the scary part is that it's just getting started.
He did his fucking scam meme coin, ran that scam on all his supporters. He's hawking watches for $100,000 and crypto bullshit and selling out right in front of our faces to foreign billionaires. And I mean, the list goes on and on. You all know this. So since the vibes have shifted, Rogan is trying to slowly tiptoe out of that MAGA room. Now, it's hard because now he's friends with J.D. Vance. He's friends with Donald Trump. He still has on Elon Musk every other month to suck him off. And so he's in this weird position, right? Where he has this deeply unpopular political position. And do you lean into that? Do you try to back out of the room slowly? But largely, the path he's chosen is, let me, every now and then I'll, tepidly criticize Trump, but then move right on and go shit on liberals and leftists some more. But people are noticing these moments now more commonly. I don't know about that one, talking about Trump. And so here we have another example of it here.
There's two things that are insane. One is the targeting of migrant workers, not cartel members, not gang members, not drug dealers, just construction workers showing up in construction sites and raiding them, gardeners.
Yeah.
Really?
Or Palestinian students on college campuses. or not. Like, there's a did you see this video of this Turkish students at Tufts University that wrote an essay, and then there's a video of like ICE agents, like, I don't know.
Is that the woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was her essay about? It was just critical of Israel, right?
Just critical of Israel. Yeah, I mean,
and that's enough to get you kicked out of the country.
There's a long history of anti-colonial activism in U.S. colleges, that led to South Africa changing and all of that, and I think this is a continuation of that.
Bro, this is kind of crazy. Like, who could have seen that he was going to go after people at construction sites and stuff?
The worst part about it is that he still is not going to call out Trump directly. A lot of his fans, a lot of Joe Rogan's fans, are still on the Kool-Aid. They're still saying, look, America, we're protecting our allies. It's not Israel that's telling us completely what to do. I'm not even looking at the AIPAC, how much they're donating to all of these different Congress people. No, I don't even want to hear that. That's just a bunch of left-wing propaganda. I don't, and they're still completely buying in that Trump is the one who's calling the shots. They still believe that this guy is in charge and that he's still going to save them because he preached that to them. So now Joe Rogan has to, talk sort of in these different riddles. But I guarantee you that the biggest reason is because there's an overlap of his fans and people that are just straight up misled and buying into this cult.
Bro, I mean, that's just people working? I don't know if people would have supported that if they knew he was going to do that. Joe, it wasn't very subtle. Here's what they were holding up at the RNC. Mass deportation now. Now, some of you might be kind enough to say, yeah, but Joe Rogan didn't realize the mass deportations would entail going after innocent people. But my response to that is, if that's the case, he's dumber than I thought. Because any mass deportation, there's not enough violent criminals in the country, not enough undocumented immigrant violent criminals to do a mass deportation. You'd blow through them in 2 or 3 days, a week at most. There's only like 10,000 or fewer undocumented immigrant violent criminals. So if you connect any dots whatsoever or do any research whatsoever, you'll walk away going, oh, you can't do mass deportations without going after innocent people. So I cannot take this seriously. By the way, not only do you have the mass deportation signs and Trump repeating over and over, I'm going to do a mass deportation, you also have this very famous moment during the debate. You guys remember this?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country.
That was about legal immigrants. That was about legal immigrants. Legal. Every single article written about it, every single discussion had about it, pointed out he's talking about legal immigrants eating cats and dogs. It was a total lie originating in fucking Nazi spaces, and it was about legal immigrants. Legal. So not only is it to do a mass deportation, not only do you have, is it not only undocumented immigrant violent criminals. It's also just undocumented immigrants who otherwise are good people, working hard, taking care of their family, etc. But it's also legal immigrants. Legal immigrants. All right, more.
And what's interesting is that, one of the sections of the right that is, is split off, it is this post-racial fascism that's going on, which I believe that all this is going, but while this movement is taking place, the post-racial fascism, you have it to where it's showing how obvious it's going to turn into some white supremacy movement. It's turning into, okay, well, going with the immigrants, and oh, by the way, I also just really prefer to be around my own, I prefer to be around white people all the time, so then it's so crazy to me whenever you see people that aren't white that are participating in this same type of rhetoric that are a part of this post-racial fascism that are saying, oh yeah, what's going on? All these people that are getting deported, they're criminals. They deserve to go. It's like, okay, well, you have to zoom out just a tad bit to see that the same people that are saying pro ICE, pro all of this, they're also check their likes, check what I guarantee you they're going to be liking some racist shit. Just a hunch, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So it's another day in the progressive way.